you've been training for a year consistently, strength training 3 times a week, even more than that, but you don't have the results to show for it, I'm talking muscle and strength, this video might be for you because I'm talking about how to break the vicious cycle that is early intermediate stage, which will be relevant to most of you, but don't make the mistake thinking this will be a highly complicated programming video like some of the videos in this channel are. This is straightforward, what you need to do, best simple approach. These questions are submitted by Josh Zuba, training for the early intermediate, ongoing lifestyle and how to train intuitively. I will wrap the intuitively part at the end of the video. Thank you for submitting the question. You can leave your question down in the comment section below or DM me on Instagram, and check the link in the description, the Bodyweight Tribe, for online coaching under my guidance and training programs and memberships. Statistically speaking, most people will resonate with the early intermediate symptoms. You've built some muscle, you've lost some fat, but you're stuck at around the same size and strength, vicious cycle, aren't able to push through, and it is not apparent that you are clearly training like a beast from the outside looking in. You're past the newbie gains, okay? You've made some newbie gains, but you aren't breaking through. And let me give you some numbers that you might resonate with. You have one set of 10 chin-ups, but it is hard and it doesn't look really all that pretty. You can do one handstand push-up on the wall, barely, and it's not even full range because the bottom is very, very hard for you. You can do overhead press, 2/3 body weight, and it comes every blue moon. So if those are the numbers, you've built some strength, you're past the newbie gains, where basically any form of training will get you through, but you aren't able to make solid gains past that. That's the early intermediate stage. Statistically speaking, most people, most trainees will be at the early intermediate stage. Okay, and the best solution is to build 10 kilograms of muscle mass as soon as possible. Let me break it down for you. Don't get it twisted. Muscle mass is tied in with strength, and strength is tied in with muscle mass. At the first 2 or 3 years of training, if you do things right from the get-go, you will be able to build about 80% of your natural limit muscle mass potential, believe it or not. So you need to grow, you need to train a lot. This is the only stage where I would recommend to probably train like a madman. No real intensity, frequency, or volume limitations. You are not so strong that every session is very, very abruptive to the body. It's very stressful that you need full 48, 72 hours to rest. If you get one full rest day a week, you're probably fine. And you need to eat a lot because we talked about 10 kilograms of muscle mass, and that doesn't get built from thin air. Let's understand why you haven't been making progress for a while. Newbie gains are mostly made because exercises are new, you are getting efficient, nervous system is getting coordinated, and you learn technique. At first, you might even shake in a pull-up or a top deep position, support position. So you get very, very strong fast because it's mostly technical and neurological adaptation. But past this point, it's basically the bigger you will get, the stronger you will feel on every movement. Okay, so you need to support your training, high intensity, high frequency, high volume, whatever. And this is what, believe it or not, all big, strong calisthenic guys did when they started. Ask them. Maybe now they recommend to train 2 to 3 times a week, rest longer between sets and so on, because they're already strong, extremely strong. You're not. So you don't need the low frequency bullshit. You need to train a lot and get past this stage to build the most amount of muscle mass. And go to these physiques that you admire and check for yourself. Go almost to the beginning and you will see that most of the muscle mass that they ever built is already existent, it's already there. So past the newbie stage, it's basically the more muscle you can build, the direct relation it will have to the stronger that you will be in every movement. Pull-ups, dips, handstand push-ups, overhead pressing, squats, whatever you do in calisthenics. Now, in order to build 10 kilograms of muscle mass, you need to eat more, and you need to eat more high quality stuff. So the mistake a lot of people make is to eat shit food to bulk dirty way because you told me to build more muscle so I can eat more in a calorie surplus, I can fit in a bowl of cereal. If you want to look like a bowl of cereal, then eat a bowl of cereal. But if you wish to build mostly lean muscle, then you will need to eat a lot more of the high quality stuff that you were eating on a maintenance or a deficit. I'm talking red meat, chicken, fish, and I'm talking clean carbs, eat a lot of that. 2 grams of protein per kilogram, that's the bare minimum. I'm not a medical doctor, so don't take my word for it, but I would overshoot on protein. That's the bare minimum in my books. Animal sources of protein, high quality. Train frequently, train hard, and get past this stage, and I'm talking to you, Josh, you need to do it as soon as possible. Have we talked about ongoing lifestyle? Maybe we have, because we talked about nutrition, whole sources of food, high protein diets, animal sources of protein, and you probably need to sleep. I don't know about you, but 8 hours a night, that's where I feel like I'm at my best, and I'm still productive for the rest of the day. And do some high quality work. You don't need to work 10 hours a day, hopefully. Think about the most important tasks, 1 to 3 tasks for your business, and crush it. And then rest, build some relationships, enjoy the day, read some books. That's ongoing lifestyle. I don't know if I answered your question, but anyway, how to train intuitive will be the last one, and let's tie it with the early intermediate stage. Strength legends didn't apply progressive overload the same way that you do, same way that fitness influencers shove to our brains. While it is true, and this is definitely not the channel that will tell you that you don't need progressive overload or specificity, no, those are great broad general principles of building strength and muscle, so this is not the channel to negotiate that, but it is a fact that they didn't apply progressive overload in a manner of let's add exactly just 1 rep per workout or 1 kilogram per week to the bar. No, they were based on effort, choice of exercises, and that will depend on your goals. For powerlifters, squat, bench, deadlift. For street lifters, the muscle up, where they dip and where they chin ups. For the gymnast, that's planche, front lever, handstand push-up, Maltese, iron cross, depends on your level. You have your choice of exercises and you have effort. And for athletes, effort is non-negotiable. You wouldn't tell an old school athlete, train harder. That's built in. Over time, consistently, it will result in getting stronger. So it's about exposure. Getting stronger is about exposure. And when you are exposed with high effort over time for a given choice of minimum amount of exercise depending on your goals, you will be able to add reps or add weight to the bar or add a weight vest to your chin-up, deep belt, 50% body weight for reps. You will be able to, but it's not reverse engineering, progressive overload, because if you do it too quickly, then technique and speed, that's where it breaks down, and the stimulus is not a stimulus that you intended to. And you know this because it happened to you. You added weight, you added reps like they tell you, and shit felt harder session by session and looked worse. Okay, so you need to train hard. This ties in with the early intermediate guidelines. Train hard, train intense, train very frequently, and eat a lot of whole sources of food, high protein, high nutrient dense food in order to boost recovery. Sometimes you need to apply it from the outside in, almost like in an artificial manner. Add 1 rep per workout because beginner needs some formula to progress. He can't yet comprehend training and complex aspects like intuitiveness, RPE, and so on. And again, RPE is another attempt of making people understand when to push more and when to push less. So on good days, an RPE 8 would equate to more weight, harder progressions. Don't get too caught up with, I did 4 reps last time, I need to do 5 today because they told me so. And it is essential for beginners. We talked about the newbie gains. It is essential for beginners because, and this is not putting anyone to shame, Some beginners honestly and truly don't know that you need to make training more difficult as you progress, otherwise the body will remain exactly the same. And on a bad day, RPE 8 might be very, very light. And if you constantly compare yourself to the weights, you'll feel shit on a bad day, I'm not making progress, and you'll be extremely excited on a great day, breaking PRs, not knowing that it is all of these bad, quote, bad days that led you to break this PR to begin with. So you need to train intuitively eventually. All of the strongest people, they train intuitively. I make dozens of changes on the fly every workout. One more set, because I'm not quite exhausted, I can get more tension in the muscle. Today I want to make it lighter. Let's go 10 to 20 reps on the accessories. Okay, I want to pump more blood into my muscles. Today I'm doing just one very, very hard set. Or today is the day to take my PR, break ceilings, and push for something that I haven't tried yet on rings. A new skill, a new combination. Those days come one in a month, so take PRs. The stronger you get, the more fluctuations you will have in performance. So you must train intuitively and be attentive to your body. That's where general training broad plans don't work anymore. They work for beginners because you can predict, or early intermediates because you can predict progress significantly better. And you can use these programs even as a more advanced athlete, provided you are up for making small adjustments based on performance as you go. And you need to be intelligent about it. There are few sources that will guide you how to make and which adjustments appropriately. Build more muscle mass and strength. Build that 10 kilograms of slabs of mass that will break that cycle indefinitely. And questions in the comment section below, or DM me on Instagram, and check the link in the description, the Bodyweight Tribe, for coaching and training programs. Like, share, and subscribe only if you appreciate and love this video, and I honestly appreciate all the support. Thank you.